Hello, welcome along and prepare to be mildly informed. Nothing much more than that because that would be against regulations of advertising standards. We'd be overselling ourselves. I'm Richie Firth, he's Chris Skinner, and this is Mildly Informed. How are you, Chris?
Rich, this is going to be hard work for me. I have been at a industry conference all week, and I have talked at high velocity and high volume for 3.5 days straight, and I think my voice is already, like, at the start of this record, falling apart. So,
I don't see this as a problem for you, though, because you talk at high volume all the time. So
I
why
mean,
is this
for
any
me,
different?
I mean, imagine how awful it must have been being next to me for the last 3 days at twice the speed and twice the volume.
Dear listener, dear viewer, Chris is underselling what's been going on here. He's been at the podcast show for the last 3 days, talking non-stop to the industry about Mildly Informed. And for that, we thank him.
You know what? Someone in the industry, because I was there to talk about my day job, but someone in the industry did come up to me and they went, I have been listening and I've really been enjoying it. And I wanted to I had colleagues around and I just wanted to bin them all off. Yeah. And go, let's chat bullshit. And, but I just couldn't. I had to keep up the professional facade. So thank you for that conversation. I enjoyed it muchly.
Let's remind people that this is on Patreon as well. You can join us as a Patriot on Patreon. You can see visualized versions of this on our YouTube channel, little snippets on TikTok if you want to join some discussion. And of course, email us anytime at mildlyinformedpod@gmail.com.
And this week's Patreon, we are going on a deep dive into me coming up with the goods and delivering Laugan Ma. We're going to talk about the cricket match that we played in last week, that we bigged up, that was happening. It's all going to be there.
A lot to look forward to. Chris, looks like there's been a lot on your mind, so much to talk about.
Well, yeah, you know what? I actually don't want to talk about me right now, Rich. I'd rather talk about you. Tell me what's been going on with you this week.
Scammers, Christopher. Scammers. I don't know whether they're in Russia or China, but they've come for me and I've taken great offence.
No. Like, have you been done out of cash?
Thankfully not, because I'm a savvy man, but I can see through them. And I tell you right now, and I speak directly to them, they need to up their game.
Oh, tell me more. Tell me more. How did this happen?
So I received a text message a couple of days ago saying, Dad, can you save my new number? And immediately I thought to myself, there's a whiff here. There's a whiff here. And straight away, I got on the WhatsApp group that I have for my 2 adult children and was like, hey, have either of you got a new phone number? Son came back within 15 seconds. No, not me. Daughter comes back 2 minutes later. No, not me. So it's put to bed immediately because unless my 7-year-old son has a phone in his Minecraft bag that I don't know about, the ruse is sorted. But I did take great offence to the fact that just a fortnight after my 48th birthday, I've started to be hit with the, oh, Dad, I've got a new number. They see me as some senile old fart and they're going with the dad thing now. Now, there's been all sorts of other scammer attacks that I've tried to be got with, sort of, oh, we tried to deliver a parcel, but we need your details. Put in your bank details so we can sort payment and all that kind of stuff. I've had all the other ones, but they've ticked over now that I'm a year older and they're trying me with the dad ones, the kind of ones that normally our generation are concerned about our elderly parents getting scammed with. They're going to me now.
All right, Pops, your arthritis gel is waiting for you at the delivery centre. Can you text us your details?
It's all that kind of stuff. But Chris, here's the thing, and it's my message to scammers. Up your game. Because people are savvy of your other ones right now, okay? They need to come up with some new ideas of how they're going to entice people in because the dad stuff, there's postage waiting for you stuff, that's not working for any of us anymore. Do they think we're thick?
Yes, I think is the answer. I think if they send enough messages, they will find someone who is gullible enough to fall for it, or busy enough and distracted enough. I'm interested to know, Rich, if you were to take on the role of scammer, which is, knowing you as well as I do, the least likely career you would ever have. But if you were to channel the inner scammer in you, what would your approach be? Like, if you're trying to, like, do me out of cash or something, how are you going to scam me?
Well, obviously, mobile phones are the way forward because any communication with a mobile phone, we're in the midst of something else. Sometimes we make hasty decisions. So I think the text or WhatsApp based approach is probably the way forward. But the whole sort of like, oh, save my new contact, I think is a tricky one. Who's someone that you trust immediately? It's your
No one.
doctor, isn't it?
Oh, right. So I thought you were asking me directly there. Your
No.
doctor.
So
Okay.
I think a new thing that they need to try is a doctor with some kind of new sexual pill.
Dear Mr. Firth,
No, 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 no. I'm the scammer. It's to you, dear
oh,
Mister
so,
Skinner.
dear Mr. Skinner, I have your new sex pill. Can you please call me on this number and share your details?
That's not how I'd word it. I think it would be
Okay.
something like this: Dear Mister Skinner,
Yeah.
we've been reviewing our records,
Yeah.
and we think that we can up your sexual performance by 15%.
And this is on
Please.
the NHS.
No, 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 because I'm a scammer, aren't I? I'm a scammer, aren't I?
But you're implying that you are the NHS here, yeah?
No, I'm not the NHS. I am the Russian Health Service.
Right. Okay. So,
The
dear Mr. Skinner, hello, it's the Russian Health Service. We think we can make you 15% hornier. Can you give us your bank details?
We're workshopping this. Dear
Okay.
Mr. Skinner,
Yep.
my name is Vladimir from the RHS. I've
Right.
been hacking into the NHS health data, and I reckon that I can up your sexual performance by 15%. Please enter your details here.
The idea of going, look, I'm a scammer, but I've scammed for the good. I was breaking in and finding your personal information, but have noticed whilst I'm here that I can do something for you. The upfrontness of it might be effective. I have broken into your bank records and discovered that you could have a higher interest rate if you actually invested here instead. Might be a more effective way. Look, I'm bad, but whilst I'm here, here's a solution.
I think we've given them two very good immediate improvements that they could make.
Yep.
However,
Mm-hmm.
their current performance is poor. So, scammers, 1 star from me, up your game. We've given you some solutions.
I think that's completely fair. I would love to experience a world where you are giving a scammer 5 stars.
For the scammer to get 5 stars, they would first of all have had to have scammed me, but improved both my life and theirs. If they can
Yeah.
offer me a service where I'm scammed out of money, but I actually think to myself, in fairness to the scammer, that's value for money, then 5 stars. But
Okay.
at the moment, just the one.
Fair.
Chris, it's been a busy week for you,
Mm.
but I can tell something's on your mind. What is it?
Rich, it's personal grooming. And you, like me, are a hairy man.
Hmm.
Many people watching and listening to this will be hairy people, male or female, or will have hairy people close to them. I think this is an everyman situation. Do you care much about how hairy you are? And what do you do if you ever feel that you have an excess of hair in your life?
I had my hair cut yesterday.
Okay, haircut, that's good.
Between 3 and 4 weeks would be my
Okay.
rotation, depends on the availability of Dan. So he takes care of my hair. Facial hair, I take care of myself. And any other grooming is between me and the scammers.
I'm not asking for what I think you're asking me to ask you.
No, don't.
Have you ever been to a barber, started at the barber, and had the wax up your nose and the nose hair removed?
No, because I strim my own nasal hair.
Strim, so you have a device that you put into your nostrils like a nose shaver and it does that job for you.
Correct, yes.
How frequently do you do that?
When one pops up,
Yeah.
and
How
that blows my mind. I feel like most of the time it's all good, and then one day I'll look in the mirror and it's as if one hair overnight has gone, let's go for it, boys. And it just goes whoosh, straight out. I don't understand where it comes from. Either that
um
or like it's escaped past a bogey and pinged out or something.
what a lovely thought. I uh have quite hairy I have quite hairy nostrils. Okay, let's just own up to this. I don't like having hairy nostrils. I don't own it. I don't like it. I've tried the little nose trimmer. I don't find it effective. I love going to the barber and I love them sticking the hot wax up my nose and yanking it out and giving me those nice sort of clean septum nostrils, whatever you call the inner bit of your nose. I should know that, but I'm only mildly informed. And I was like, I don't go to the hairdresser that much, and my nose hair grows so much that I need to go more frequently than I need to go to the barber. So I got my own home kit. I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
this is great, and it's arrived, and I have for about 12 months now, every month or so, been melting the wax, sticking the things up my nose, and it's made my nose feel so fantastic. I've loved it. I've absolutely loved doing it. You know, men, I think, don't groom themselves enough. We have touched on this in the past, and I think it's a great thing to do, and it makes me feel really good about myself. However, it is time for me to do it again. I'm stressed about it, so I'm going to offer a review, but only after I tell you the experience of the last time this happened to me. About a month ago, my nose hair was too long. I've been feeling a bit unwell recently, but not too bad, sort of getting through it. One bit of wax went up, one bit of wax went out, yanked out. Great, nice, clean nostrils. Slight problem was that not feeling well. I had quite a runny nose, and I just felt like the lack of nose hair meant that it felt like my nose was running quite a lot at the time, and it felt like there was no hair to get in the way to form an obstruction. And I'm in a rush. I've got to get to a train station, got to meet my family, and I'm cycling to the train station like I often do. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh God, my nose won't stop running. My nose won't stop running. And then all of a sudden, I look down at my hand, blood all over it.
Oh,
And I
wow.
look down, as I look down, blood just pours out onto my t-shirt that I'm wearing. And I'm like, oh no, what's going on? What's going on? And I jump off my bike and I'm walking around. My nose is just like the worst nosebleed I've ever had. And people, like, I think I look so mad. People are actually walking away from me. They're not helping. Finally, someone just pulls some tissues out and gives them to me. And I'm like, the tissues aren't enough. I'm stood there thinking, I'm going to miss the train. I'm going to miss the train. Eventually, I just jam 2 pieces of tissues up and just cycle the rest of the way to the station. Get to the station. The blooming railway staff think I've been beaten up. They take me in under their wing. They look after me. I get wet wipes. They get me there. The nosebleed stops. I make the train. It's all fine. I can't help but think my enthusiasm for nose waxing over the last 12 months, combined with that cold, made my nose explode. I'm not happy with my nasal hair situation right now. I need to do something about it. What do I do?
I've got so many thoughts, Chris. So many thoughts. I've got pity for your family who had to see you arrive in that state.
In a mess.
The distress your daughters must have been in. Your wife probably less so. Um, so, oh my God, like so many questions. And in what order do I ask them and thoughts? First of all, I'd have to say I've never had my nasal hair waxed, but my nose is twitching at the thought of having a go. Um, my next thought is we're designed to have nasal hair. It's there. I think about the caveman. They
Often.
probably had loads of loads of nasal hair that would
Cave
have gone
snot.
into a beard, and they would have just got on with it. They wouldn't have had such facilities. Um, so I wonder, are we even meant to be having this hair removed? Um, I do wonder. I do wonder whether the problem here is that there are some tasks that are meant to be done by trained people. The likes of Amazon have made it possible, and Temu, all these kinds of things, for the layperson to have a go at something. And I don't think the way forward in society in the world is for people to have a go at things. Because if we live in a have a go culture, there are less and less jobs, there's more unemployment, we're unhappy. People have to have trades, and one of those trades should be I professionally wax nasal hair. And I think the way forward is for you to go back to the barber. Don't do it yourself.
The
You
problem
can't
is,
tell me for certain that you heated up your wax for the right amount of time. You can't tell me for certain that you hadn't rammed the rods too far up your nose. You can't tell me for certain they weren't in your nose for too long. There's too many uncertainties. It's got to be done by the trained person.
I think this is all very fair, Richie. The problem is I don't want to cut my hair every 4 weeks. And so I'm going to have to spend all that extra money when it's just there waiting for me. And I've actually got like about a year's supply worth of wax still to get through. Well, I'm going to start doing my chest instead.
I've got one more solution for you.
Okay.
Go every 4 weeks
Yeah.
to get your hair cut, because that's obviously when 4 weeks is the ratio of what you need for your nasal hair. But when you go for the haircut, just go shorter. Just go shorter so that the hair is at the right length
Right.
for when you need the nostrils done.
Okay. Okay. So this is a show that reviews. I want to give a review for men's grooming by professionals. Yeah. The professionals, I give that 3 stars. Too expensive. I'd love it. Too expensive. I want to give grooming myself 2 stars because I exploded my nose doing it. I want to give the idea, though, of men caring about themselves enough to try to, have an expectation of how they like to present themselves to other people. I'm fine with that. 4 stars.
Caring about your appearance, 4 stars, definitely. I don't think you need to get to the scenario where you're having to do this yourself. I reckon a daily strim keeps it all at bay. Build it into your
I
routine.
I don't want to strim. I don't want to strim. We're gonna disagree on this one. Respectfully, I disagree with you.
That's fine, Christopher.
Should we have an
That's
ad break and then hear something from you?
Welcome back. Whatever you just heard, I'm 200% behind it.
That is good to know because there's another ad break coming up right now that's voiced by the two of us, or in about 5 minutes' time. Our first host read in the show.
Oh, that's really exciting. And
really
I'm
coming.
300% behind that.
Yeah. So look forward to it, guys. Rich, I'd love to hear some more about the week that you've had.
Oh, Chris, there's something that's really on my mind. And I'll tell you right now, it's a 1-star review for something that is on the horizon. It's providing me with so much angst and worry. Chris, kids' talent shows, do away with them.
So you mean like in person? So not like a TV talent show. You mean an IRL kids going and competing at being the best at magic or dance or something?
I'd kind of say both. I don't think children have any place to be doing talent shows. But yeah, the problem on the horizon for me in my life is an actual in real life kids talent show.
Does this extend to so we're talking dance, ballet, singing, sport?
Sport has an element of competition to it, and competition is fine, but talent shows are dangerous. Here's
Right.
what's on my mind, Chris. It's half term here in the UK, but next term, in the final half of term of the summer term at my 7-year-old son's primary school. They are having a talent show, and Rocco wants to audition for it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What do you want to do at the talent show? I want to tell jokes, Daddy.
Oh,
All right, okay, cool. Now, I got to hold my hand up and say that I'm partially responsible for this because I'm always telling Rocco, you make me laugh so much.
mm.
Daddy thinks you are really, really funny. So by that, I've been empowering him. I'm telling him, I think you're funny. You are a funny guy. But that's because I'm his dad. He wants to go up in front of the whole school and tell jokes. So I said to him, I said, right, what's your material? What jokes do you want to tell? And he went, here's the first one I want to tell. I went, okay, go for it. And he went, why has a stegosaurus got scales on its back? I went, I don't know. Why has a stegosaurus got scales on its back? Because it doesn't have a brain.
It's really good. He is funny.
Chris, it's not funny. It's not
really
funny. It makes no sense. And
care.
I laughed. I laughed because it makes no sense. But I'm a 48-year-old. And then I said, have you got any more? And he went, yeah, I got another one. Why does a Stygimoloch? And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're all dinosaur jokes. I said,
Yep.
why is a Stygimoloch got like a helmet for a head? And I went, I don't know. Why has the Stygimoloch got a helmet for a head? Because it needs protection. Chris, this is
I love
my
it.
routine.
I know it's great. 5 stars. 5 stars. I would go. I go to Edinburgh every year, Rich. I see 15, 20 shows a year at Edinburgh. Already off the back of those 2 jokes, I've been made to laugh more than I have at some 1-hour shows by professional comedians. He's great. It's great.
I don't think so. You've got to think about the audience, all right? He's going to be broadcasting to an audience of kids, his peers, and they're just going to be looking at him going, like that. He's not going to get the laughter that he's thinking. If he told those jokes to you, you're laughing. Tells
Yeah.
those jokes to me, I'm laughing.
Yeah.
He's got to realise that when you're a comedian, you've got to think about your audience. If you're speaking to an audience of fellow 7, 8, 9-year-olds, you need to be telling jokes about poo or farts, stuff like that. That's what they're laughing at.
I don't mind if he sticks to an animal theme. Have you got any animal jokes yourself?
If I was him, I'd be doing some joke about, like, you know, why did the pebble on the beach blush?
Why did the pebble on the beach blush?
Because it saw the seaweed.
Great. Great.
See, that's a funny joke, and kids are going to laugh at it as well.
Funnily enough, I laughed less, though.
Yeah, good point. I guess my point is, I think as adults, organising kids' talent shows is irresponsible because it is giving them an inflated sense of how much ability they actually have.
Wow. And that is
I
the pep
think-
talk you need to give him before he goes and does his show.
I think talent shows, 18 rating. I don't think you can do a talent show until you are over 18.
How do you feel about them going and doing the performance in a non-competitive way? In a kind of, we'd love you to come up on stage and do some magic, tell some jokes, do a little dance routine to your favourite pop song. We're not going to call a winner, but we want you as an under 18-year-old to gain the confidence and experience and maybe a few harsh life lessons in the process as well. As, you know, just because you can't all of a sudden have you can't have never told a joke on stage, yeah? And then all of a sudden, the day after your 18th birthday, go up and go like, my wife. I don't know why you'd tell that joke, but you'd be 18 and it'd be very unlikely you'd got married by then. But
I don't know, because it's all about the audience, isn't it? You know, the kid can go and perform, but if that sea of people in front of you don't laugh, that's what is the uncontrollable. Even if you're not declaring a winner, if you tank, you tank.
yeah,
And that's soul destroying.
Yeah, I've tanked plenty of times in my career, Rich. It doesn't really bother
But a
me.
7-year-old Chris doesn't need to tank.
No, fair. I have mixed opinions on that. Have you ever, or particularly as a child, were you ever in a talent show?
Yes.
Tell me about it, Rich.
Primary school, probably similar age to Rocco,
Yeah.
and I went and did a ventriloquist act.
Oh my God.
But I didn't have a dummy, and I wince even
You
thinking
didn't have a
about this.
dummy? So
No,
what was the ventriloquy?
my younger brother.
Was he still talking, or were you doing the talking?
He just no.
Was he?
He sat, he sat on my knee, and when I did the talking, he just had to open his mouth like that.
I would pay so much money to see that. Not just you doing that as a kid. Now.
If he was sat on my knee right now, my knee would be in more pain than it is from cricket a week ago.
I'm in a lot of pain here.
Kids' talent shows, as I've already signposted, 1 star. Save them till adulthood.
Fair enough. I think I'll probably give him 2. I'm largely of a similar view to you. I was just trying to play devil's advocate. But yeah, I'm sure.
Glad to know that, Chris. Right, let's hear this much trailed advert. Now, we are delighted to say that we have a sponsor for this week's episode, thanks to the fitness app Alpha Progression. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, this podcast is exhausting to record. Reviewing stuff is hard, especially when you have another job, friends, and family to contend with. As men in our early 40s, for ourselves. And this is where Alpha Progression can really help. Now, Chris, you've given it a try.
I have, Rich, and I think I speak for most people when I say that I go to the gym with the best intentions, and then I turn up and I just have this mind melt, and I just have no idea what I'm going to do, and I just look at all the machines and I'm like, oh, I know what this stuff all does, but I don't know what I'm going to do about it. So Alpha Progression have a solution. So you basically you get the app, you sort of give it the lowdown, you sort of tell it how fit you are and what kind of stuff you want to do, all the sort of the essential basics. And then it spits out like a full plan for you to follow. So it goes like, now go and do like, these lifts, these crunches, these lunges, etc., etc. So I know what I'm actually going to do in the session. It even has a clock, so it runs down, it times you, helps you move on to the next thing. Big wide range of exercises. You can focus on different areas of the body, different ways you want to look after yourself. But it's not just me saying this. It's been recognised twice as App of the Day by Apple. They are by far the top-rated fitness app in Germany, and Germans are fit, right?
Yeah, they win loads of things.
Completely. And they have started expanding this app worldwide, which is why we're talking about it now.
Well, I look forward to seeing you on your hench journey. You
Thank you,
can
Rich.
sign up, not Christopher, you, dear friend, can sign up now with this must be, sorry to do a little bit of business here, just better check. It says a 20% discount. That can't be right.
It is right, mate.
Oh, okay. You can sign up now with a 20% discount at alphaprogression.com/informed. So go to alphaprogression.com/informed and get a confirmed 20% discount today. Christopher, what else is
Richie.
on your mind, dare I ask?
It's been a big week, Rich. Away from the busyness of life, I am a sport fan. I am a football fan, and my football team is a team called Tottenham Hotspur. Please don't tune out right now. We're going to have a conversation acknowledging the fact that other people do not support Tottenham, and many people do not even like sport or this particular sport. Context. Tottenham are pretty much my local team. I've supported them all my life. They're a popular, big football team with lots of followers. They have won trophies in the past, but are famous underachievers. They are a bit of a laughing stock. I think people widely mock us. I have to put my hand on heart and say our local rivals is a football team called Arsenal. They are supported by, amongst other people, Richie.
Hello.
Arsenal win many, many more trophies than Tottenham. And so we have to sit there at our slightly dusty, looking at our dusty trophy cabinet, and have to accept that we have a neighbour who, on the whole, outperforms us. It is become a term for those who are into our sport that if something's a bit like flaky, a bit rubbish, it's a bit Spursy, and we have to live with this. And I think younger fans of my club find that quite hard to deal with. When you've been around the block a few times, like I have, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to change. We're crap, but I love us. Every now and then we surprise people by winning something. This was one of those weeks. We were in the final of a competition called the Europa League. It was a terrible game of football and we won. And it was a joyous moment. I watched the game with my brother, hugging my brother's friends, hugging some random strangers in the pub because we all supported the same football team. It was a really joyous experience and a rare, lovely experience for me. Tottenham are going to finish the season one place above the relegation zone. We have had an awful, awful football season. We're going to lose more games in this season than we've pretty much lost in any season in the modern era. And yet in this cup competition, and it's a massive trophy, it is a massive, massive trophy, we've had a night of glory, a glory, glory, wonderful night. And much has been made of the fact that we don't win. And I tell you now, Tottenham fans over the years have often said, you know what? Let's not come third, fourth, fifth again. I would accept a season where we were absolutely crap, but somehow at the end of the season, we walked away with a trophy. It's a much talked about conversation amongst Tottenham supporters. It happened this season. I'm going to give Tottenham's season, all things considered, everything that's happened to us, 5 stars. Richie, how's your season been and do you agree?
As a fan of Tottenham's greatest rivals, Arsenal, we have finished second in the league table. We nearly won it. In a cup competition called the European Champions League, which is more prestigious than the Europa League, we got to the semi-finals and lost.
Yep.
So in 40 years' time, the record books will show that we won nothing this season and Tottenham won the Europa League. And that really is all that matters.
So you are also giving Tottenham's season 5 stars?
Yeah. I think Tottenham have had a fantastic season. I have to give them 5 stars. Yeah. Because I'm what's called a grown-up Arsenal fan. Does it hurt? Oh my God, it's horrendous. I got an email yesterday from Transport for London. I also got an email yesterday from Greater Anglia. Now, they are the 2 organisations that are responsible for my daily commute. My daily commute into my place of work where I earn money to put a roof over my family's head and put food on the table. And both of those emails were warning me that between midday today and 8 o'clock in the evening, that transport on the Victoria Line and on Greater Anglia services is going to be severely disrupted because Tottenham Hotspur Football Club are holding an open-top bus parade from Edmonton Bus Garage to their stadium, and that I should look at making alternative travel plans. Well, I'm sorry, I can't. I have to go to work. So I am going to try and make alternative plans. I'm going to make an incredibly circuitous journey to work, avoiding my normal, convenient routine just to be away from the celebrating Spurs fans who have every right to be celebrating, and so they should. But do I personally get any joy from it? No, nothing at all.
I think we've handled this conversation, which needed to happen, in a very mature way. And I think we should leave it there. Rich, let's have one final review for the week. Tell me one more thing about yours.
It's a bank holiday weekend in the UK.
Woo! Sorry, did I go too early then?
You went too early. Chris, we
Woo!
really need to sort these out in the UK.
Okay.
They're all clustered together. We need
Yep.
to smooth them out. We had the Easter bank holiday weekend where you've got a bank holiday on the Friday for Good Friday. Then there's another bank holiday afterwards on the Monday, Easter Monday. So you've kind of got 4 days where nothing's going on. So that was in Easter at April. Then a couple of weeks after that, May Day bank holiday. Beginning of May, bank holiday Monday. Another long weekend. Okay, cool. Then, for whatever reason, at the end of May, yet another bank holiday Monday, which is what's coming up. And then we are not going to have another bank holiday all the way until the end of August. And then that's it. Bank holiday's done right the way through until Easter next year. Why the hell do we not smooth these out? Because by the time this end of May one comes around, you're kind of like, oh my God, another bank holiday. I've mowed the lawn. I've done all the tasks. What's the point? Share them out. Honestly, it's like someone. We're bloated on bank holidays right now in the UK. It's almost as if someone's coming around and going, would you like another slice of cake? Oh, no. I've had too much. Thank you very much. I don't want another bank holiday right
Wow.
now. I'd
No.
put them elsewhere, Chris. We talked last week about how bad February was as a month. We had a whole topic where we were rating May as the best month. And yeah, it is still a good one, but it's got too many bank holidays.
No.
Let's share some out to other months that suck ass and have some bank holidays elsewhere.
I acknowledge there is it's a heavy bank holiday period. I would argue, as part of why May is the best month of the year, the bank holidays are a large factor in contributing to that. I think you're looking at it the wrong way, Rich. You're assuming there's only a finite amount of bank holidays to go round. I urge you to look, for example, at other countries and their bank holiday distribution and the amount of bank holidays they get. Look across the Atlantic to our colleagues in America. They have more bank holidays. It's not about moving these bank holidays. It's about adding more. We need, Rich, for example, most obviously, something to fill the gap between August and Christmas. It's a bad time of year. We need a late October bank holiday.
Now, you see, your Americans have Thanksgiving, don't they? Which is a bank holiday.
They have it in November.
Why do we not give thanks to stuff? Why do we not have a bank holiday for Harvest Festival?
I think, we're not as earnest as them to say, I'd like to give thanks. We'd have a kind of you're okay really day, or something like that instead. And we should have that in that time of year. And that should not come at the expense of Whitsun, which is this bank holiday's name that people do not use enough these days because it's a cool word.
What is Whitsun?
It's a religious thing. It's like that. It's like I don't know. It's probably 6 weeks since Easter. It's like no, it's not that, is it? It's hang on. Whitsuntide, Whit Monday, the day after Whit Sunday, the Christian holy day of the Pentecost. There you go.
Right.
I don't care what it is. Keep it. Don't get rid of it, Rich. Throw another day in July as well, for that matter. Why not have another nice one in July? First day of the kids' school summer holidays, all the family should get the day off.
I don't feel like we need them in the summer holidays. It's all, we've got enough going for it. I would put more into glum months, into your Februarys, into your Januarys, into your Octobers.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, I don't believe in a redistribution of the current ones. I believe in adding more. Believe in more, Richie. Expect more.
I'm happy to get on board with your more campaign. I'd also give them a different name. I wouldn't call them bank holidays anymore. We live in the age of internet banking. We can bank anytime. Bank people don't need to have holidays. What's the point of having a bank holiday?
I guess if they took fewer
They
holidays,
don't even
we'd
have
get scammed
branches on the
less.
high street anymore these days,
Oh
Chris.
my God, here we go. Here we go.
So let's not have bank holidays because those people aren't doing much.
All right, rename it now. Here we go. It's officially now called
Bonus Monday.
Bonus Monday is actually really good. Bonus Mondays. I'm in. I'm in.
I'm going to give Bonus Mondays a 5-star review. Bank
Yes.
holidays, 1 star. We need
Oh.
less of them and more Bonus Mondays.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I've enjoyed that. I don't agree with you, but I've enjoyed it.
Chris, is it time for us to go and join our Patreons?
I cannot wait. Is this goodbye?
I keep forgetting to say goodbye to those people that don't pay. And I guess by doing that, that's a message to say, pay, become a Patreon, because that's when we'll say goodbye properly. But look, if you can't afford to pay for Patreon, that's fine. Actually, and now I feel guilty because maybe some people don't want to pay for this. They just want to sit and be mildly informed and not be inconvenienced in their bank account. And that's fine. We love you anyway. Get in touch with us. You can mildlyinformedpod@gmail.com. You can maybe leave a comment on our YouTube or on our TikTok. We're off to Patreon right now for those who do care enough to pay, but we'll see you next week. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.